Hiya, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing SMART goals. What are they? Why are they important? Why do you as a small business owner need to have them in place? How can you build them out? And we're going to even give you some examples today too. So let's jump over to the computer and walk you through it.
So, SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. But I want to go a little bit deeper than just what the acronym stands for. SMART goals are a way for you as a small business owner to have a true idea of not only what the goal is, how to achieve it, the steps it's going to take to get there, and the time you want to achieve it around. It is just such a better way of setting goals than to just have the standard, well, I want to grow my website traffic, I want to grow my following, I want to grow my email newsletter. It's a lot more specific. It is just so much more in depth. And like I said, I'm going to teach you the ways that I do it as we go along through the SMART acronym. So first up, specific. What does it even mean? Your goal should be clear and detailed and answer the when and why of your goal. So just as an example here, I want to increase my Instagram following by 500 followers by the end of Q4. Obviously, the specific part of that is increasing Instagram followers by 500. We know which platform, we know by how much, and we even know by when in there too, technically as well. So it's very, very specific. This is so much better than just, I want to grow my Instagram. That's a very bland goal, and we don't really know where you want to grow it. Do you want to grow it in engagement? Do you want to grow it in following? Do you want to grow it in DMs and community engagement? Where is it that you're looking to grow? Next up, measurable. Now, this is really important when you get to the end of your social media strategy and you're tracking and measuring your progress, because this will tell you what you need to be measuring. So measuring is making sure that your goals are being defined and really understanding what that success is going to look like for you. So taking that Instagram follower goal, we're going to track Instagram follower count weekly to reach 500 followers by the end of Q4. So that means once a week, you're sitting down and checking in with your follower count, so we know exactly what piece we're measuring when it comes to that specific goal. So again, just kind of outlining it. Sometimes when you get to this place, it might become multiple things that you're measuring, especially when you're looking at engagement. It could be views, likes, shares, reach. You could be looking at all of those things and seeing how it performs, because not just one will tell you exactly how it's doing. Some pieces of content will get a lot more shares than likes because people will want to refer back to it and they've probably saved it into a specific folder or collective. Whereas when people are just enjoying a piece of content that's entertaining, you're far more likely to get more likes on that. So just making sure that we clear that up just a little bit. Next up, achievable. Is it realistic, right? Is your goal realistic? It should be challenging, but it should be obtainable. Now, just really quick, I want to put in my little caveat here that there should be a couple things that you should be looking at in achievable. Not just, can I achieve this goal, but do I have the skills and attributes to be able to achieve this goal? A lot of times I see people set insane goals for themselves for platforms like YouTube or TikTok when they are not video editing people at all. They don't really have that kind of skill set in their toolbox. They have tons of other great skills, but video editing is just not one of them. So at this point, I also just want you to check in with your own and your business's capabilities. Maybe there's somebody else on the team that is strong enough to be able to handle that kind of task, but we just want to make sure that we're also checking in with that kind of stuff when we're looking at this achievable part as well. Increase your Instagram followers by 500, which is a 5% growth from my current follower base of 10,000. So that is achievable to do. A 5% growth in a quarter is absolutely achievable to do. Now, I also want to say that at this point in the SMART goal, I will also start to flesh out the tasks and action items that it's going to take to achieve this goal. I like to have a full understanding, and again, it will help me understand if that goal is achievable or not. So I feel like that's something that's not really talked about around this part of the acronym, so I just wanted to throw it out there that you can also write an action item or a task list here as well to be able to fully understand everything that goes into it. And not just create a YouTube video, but make a thumbnail, write a script, write a description. There's a lot that goes into making a YouTube video. So just putting a big overall task in there can be misleading to what the task actually takes. So making sure you're breaking it down from there as well. All right, next up, relevant. Why does it even matter? We want to make sure that our goal is aligning with our broader business objectives, right? So checking in with our core values, checking in with our overall business goals, our directions, and just really making sure that we are speaking to what we want to do as a business. A lot of times we can get caught up in what I like to call the shiny objects of social media and start chasing trends or even chasing competitor styles or anything like that, right? So just making sure that the platform or our goal that we are setting for ourselves is actually relevant to our business. So our example here is growing my Instagram audience is going to increase my brand awareness and connect me with potential clients, which does align with the overall business goals. So we are good to move forward with this. And again, I always do some really deep digging here in why do I want to be on this platform? Why do I want to be achieving this goal? Is this a vanity metrics that I'm trying to hit, or does it really help me grow my business and be able to help people with their businesses? So the last piece in the SMART goal acronym is time bound. What is the deadline that we are looking to achieve this goal? Now, this doesn't mean it has to be done by this deadline. Things happen. Extensions need to be, made all the time, right? But a goal without a deadline is just a dream. So we just want to make sure that we're setting a clear time frame around this. It will also help you be able to assign those action items from letter A to be able to go through and really understand what the daily, weekly, monthly tasks are going to be in order to achieve that goal by the time that you've set. So for our example, our goal was in the step one, we had said by the end of Q4. So we want to increase our Instagram followers by 500 followers by December 31st. So putting an exact date on it too can be really helpful as well, because I know sometimes for me, I'm like, wait, quarter 2 and quarter 3 kind of blend together and I can't remember which months are in which. I have to sit down and really make sure and separate them. So it can be nice to have just an actual date on something like that as well. So these are the steps of building SMART goals. Let's build an example out together and really just dive deep into this. So let's break down the steps to grow a bigger following on social media into the SMART goal framework. So first, let's make it specific. Instead of just saying, let's grow our YouTube following, let's get clear and say that we want to increase our YouTube followers by 500. Right? That's a great goal, depending on when the time frame is for that, right? If that's a weekly goal, that can be really hard. But if that's a quarterly goal or anything like that, that can be a great thing to strive for. So measuring. So in order to track it, we're going to need to keep tabs on our follower count weekly to see how close we're getting to that 500. I would also probably keep my eye on profile views and reach, just so that I can see what the ratio of people seeing my content versus coming in and following me is. So I can see if there's a disconnect in my content. Am I not giving something that my audience wants to see? Should there be different topics I'm talking about? Just again, trying to check in with what we're doing here. Always want to make sure that we're speaking to our ideal client and bringing them value. Attainable. We're aiming to grow by 500 followers on YouTube, and we currently have 1,500. This would be about a 33% growth, which is realistic if we're focusing on consistent engagement, content, and it is challenging, but we can do it, right? And then again, in this space, I would probably be sitting down and writing out the consistent engagement, the content strategy that would be needed in order to gain this, right? And I'd also be looking at whatever my secondary platform is, having it support and send people over to that primary. So just as an example, if your secondary platform was something like TikTok, making sure that you have clips from your YouTube over onto TikTok and pushing people over to the longer form content onto YouTube. And again, that's just another extra little step here to take, and it can help you in the long run, truly. Relevant. It is relevant because we want to grow our YouTube audience to help us increase our brand awareness and ultimately connect more with potential clients and just really help bring them value. So it does support our overall broader goals of being on social media. We're aiming to hit it by the end of Q4, which gives us 3 months to get there, as we're currently in October. And so it would give us 3 months to get there, and that is a realistic time frame to gain 500 followers as long as you are being consistent in your posting and your engagement efforts. So that is how we can take a kind of bland goal, bring it into the SMART goal framework, and be able to really have a detail-oriented goal that will help you understand how to achieve it, in what time frame, and how you can even know whether or not you've achieved it by measuring it. So let's give you a couple more examples here just so that you can really see what some good SMART goals look like. Grow your email list by 200 subscribers by November 1st through weekly newsletters. Great, detailed. We have the specific, we have what we're measuring, we have our obtainable, we have our relevant, and we have our time bound. Increase website traffic by 10% over the next 6 months with consistent blog posting. Again, we know how we are going to achieve this goal and what actions are going to get us there. Boost LinkedIn engagement by 50 comments per week by posting daily and responding to each comment. That is a great strategy for organic engagement and being able to just be visible on the platform, so I love that. That is all we have today on building SMART goals. If you have questions, if you still are wondering how you can build your SMART goals, I would love to hear from you in the comments section and just learn a little bit more about what you're struggling with SMART goals and how we can help you to be able to not only write out your SMART goals, but achieve them in your small business as well. I am Lindsay from TTS Marketing Agency. Thank you for coming with us today, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye.